Hi there. This is a little video to show you how I fitted my innvvo K6 camera to my CRF300l. The instructions are obviously a bit different to reality, so I just want to show you how I actually did it. So I've actually fitted the front camera here, just off the headlight bracket holder here with two little L-shaped brackets. They give you a few of these little brackets, so I've put two together to make a little L shape, like that. Just bring it out and then put the little camera bit on the end to keep it upright. So that went in there quite nicely, and it's quite sturdy and it doesn't wobble around on there. I just run the cable through here, following the original brake loom along back here across just underneath here. This is where the two joiners are for the front camera. So I stuck them just on there, bring them underneath the fuel tank, quite neatly down in this little piece here, and it goes through. And then one carries on all the way to the back under these cable ties, straight away to the back camera little connector. I removed the little number plate bracket here, separated the underneath of it here, because that comes apart. This is where the rear camera wire comes out, and it comes through here up to this little bit. So I've mounted it on the little shaft here, but on the near side, just to keep it out of the exhaust way, really. So it goes all the way up here, and it comes through the same harness as where the rear number plate light is, and it just sits on there, bring it across there. So there's more than enough cable to do that. This is the wire and harness for the power and a little control box. So I've stuck the little control box underneath there, which will give plenty of room on the seat going through. And both powers come down to where the battery is down here to the positive. The little yellow one's a bit harder to actually do. That's the switch live one going along here. Lucky enough, I already took a power point off the front here, brought it back for my Garmin. And that powers my Garmin in there anyway, so that was already here. If not, you'd have to bring the wire back up through and then do to your accessory point behind here on the 300L. And then that should get it going. So once you got it fitted, the little blue light lights up all the time. So that's permanent from the battery, that little kind of module. So once you turn on the ignition, like so, then it'll start blinking once it sees the power, and then that will send power, obviously allow this camera to actually start up. So the little problem I had is the camera was coming on, the little red light was flashing, and then it goes blue, and then via the app you can see what it's actually recording, which is all good, as you see. So once it connects to the phone via the Bluetooth, by the Wi-Fi, local Wi-Fi just between the two, and then you can see what pictures it's actually taken. It seemed to take quite a long time to turn off, and I couldn't see any information about when that actually powers back down again. So once my phone connects to it, it should go permanently green, and you know it's actually recording. So on the app, so I don't know what else to tell you really. It's just a kind of little introduction for the 300L really. So every bike's different. So once my phone connects, that'll obviously go there. So once I turn the ignition off, this stays on for quite a long time. Although the little blue light at the back, it carries on staying blue. It stops flashing blue, and it just carries on permanent blue on there. So as you can see, this is still going. Now I'm not sure. See, it's gone off now. So it takes a little bit of time to go off, but it's on for quite a long time. When you go into the app, it carries on recording when you turn the ignition off, but when this light goes off, then it cuts it out. So I put the 256 gig card inside here. Apparently it gives you 20,000 hours or so. So when you're fitting it, these little ones here goes upwards. I think you can change it in the app, so you can have it, so if you want to see the writing, you can have it side, and then you can turn it identically around there. But I thought it looked quite good. It wasn't too intrusive coming along the back. As you see, it just kind of like sits up. That little wire was obviously just tucks out a little bit, but it sits on there quite nicely. Once I have my little rack and the back piece back on there, that should sit up there quite nicely, because obviously it's all up here, and when I've got my luggage on the back, it should be well out of the way, because I never have the number plate or anything covered. So it's just quite a little video, really, just to kind of give an update on this particular bike, doing this particular job. It probably took me 2 hours in total last night to actually do it, because I like getting the things in the right place. So I like having the wiring going correctly around here. I see a lot of people kind of just shove them underneath the, trims, etc. This is the best solution I got, trying to keep it all nice and neat underneath and away from everything. So I'll put a cable tie around this little piece here just to keep that in place, stop it juggling around, but everything else should work fine. So I might try and do a little update later on once I've got it on the road and see how it actually responds on the road. So thank you for anyone watching.